What's up everybody, BroCam here, and I've got something a little different today. So a co-worker of mine loves his batteries and solar panels, and he's had this project on his workbench for a couple months and he just hasn't gotten around to it. And I had mentioned that I was wanting a smaller battery. I was looking more for like a 10 to 12 amp hour battery, but he said, hey, I've got this 18 amp hour battery. The only issue is the BMS is bad. It looks like some water got inside this case somehow. So he had actually already has this open. So this is a, you find it here, 18 amp hour LIFEPO4. It's an XZNY battery. I've never heard of this brand, but the battery is still good. The cells are good. If we crack this open here, if you measure at this point here and this point here, you're getting 13.8 volts. So it has juice in it. It will take a charge. I've unplugged this just because I was poking around in here. So what we've narrowed it down to is that this BMS must be bad. So I went on Amazon and I found a new one. This is the same-ish model. It's the same, if you look at here, it's the same board layout, same components for the most part. The only difference really is this plug here is a different type for this, but they supplied a plug with it. Now, I don't feel like going in and soldering up all these to the correct cells. So I think what I'm going to try to do is desolder this connector here, which I'll start on this side first. Desolder this, and if I get that off successfully, I'll desolder this and put that one on here. That way I should just be able to drop this in and plug it in. I've looked at the pinouts. The pinouts are the same for this. It's expecting the same things. So I think we're good there. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by desoldering this stuff and then making sure that I wrap up the, the side that's actually going to the battery, so I don't accidentally short it out on anything. So let's get started. So of course we're going to turn on our soldering iron. I'm going to get that nice and hot. I'm actually going to turn the temperature up a little bit. We're going to do 400. If you see this right here, it says, attention, this label will turn red when it gets wet. So it definitely got wet in here, and that's probably what happened here. That's probably why this shorted out. Alright, so soldering iron is heated up. Let's go ahead and see if we can use the solder sucker on this. Let's start with this side. There we go, there's one side. Alright, after that I think I'm just going to clip this other side. Anyways, that replacement board was, I think it was $9, $8 or $9, shipped from Amazon. Alright, so breaking out this thing again. This is a little 3D printed board thing, board holder. This is like the perfect application for it. Although this little thing's wire leads caused me some trouble, so I'm going to try and clean that up. Wire on my desk. All right. Okay. So that's what we're going to try and get off there. What I'm going to do to make this easier is add some of my low melt solder, because this is probably high melt stuff like I was doing before. Alright, it's not the cleanest, but I got it off. Okay, I almost forgot to hit record. I've got this rigged up, a little bit of flux, that same narrow tip, and I'm about 400 degrees. So, let's just start up here, kind of heat things up. That one was much more successful, and that looks perfectly usable again. So go ahead and see if we can put the new one on here. Oh, you couldn't see any of that, but I was doing delicate work right there. Alright, next up we'll put this in and make sure everything lines up and then solder it all together. So before we were getting no voltage when we tested here, but if we tested here we would get voltage. There's that, there we go. 13.2 volts. And these probes suck, that's why it's jumping around. There we go. Now do we get voltage here, or do I have to plug the BMS in first? Oh, no, we're getting voltage there. Okay. So now I should just have to plug this in and make sure it doesn't blow up. No sparks, that's good. Sniff test. Not smelling nothing. Getting a straight 12 volts. So for a little more peace of mind, I'm going to check this with a thermometer. I'm going to say we're good to go. 78, about the highest. And if I point it at my soldering iron, it's been off for a minute. It was at 92, so I think this is good to go. So I'm going to button this up, and we'll try charging it, and we'll see how it goes. So that's all the time I have for today. Hopefully I don't start a fire. This has been the BroCam saying 73.